Alright, welcome everybody. We are doing a new Master of Orion game. I'm trying to feature one of the races that I have not done on stream yet, which is the Darloks. They are my least favorite race in Master of Orion, but I will go ahead and do a game with them. So we're just going to do standard settings here: medium galaxy, impossible difficulty, 5 opponents. These are all of the default settings. Alright. We had a suggestion to name our leader Frederick, because we did Freddy's Spy Ring a little while ago. So yeah, here we get our... By the way, this is a fresh install off of GOG, where I bought the game a number of years ago. So this is a fresh install. I have not played any games on this computer since the hard drive had to be replaced. So, you know, we've got humans, Merchants, Silicoids, Sakura, Cylons, Akari, Klakons, Borathi, Meklar, and then the Darloks are last. So the Darloks, they are the game's spying race. They actually have a really good ability. They get a humongous bonus to their spying rolls. I have this in a written report, the exact benefit, but I believe they get like plus 30 to their spying rolls or something insane like that. So they're really, really good at spying. But they tend to be one of the weakest races in the game because everyone hates them. No one likes the shapeshifters. They have terrible diplomacy with everyone, and in order to use their racial ability, great spying, you have to risk everyone hating you even more, because if you get caught, then the AI often declares war. So, yes, plus 30, thank you, Burninator. So they're a perfectly designed race in that they have this great ability, but their ability in using it accentuates their weakness further. So they're a really, really cool race. Alright, so I always play certain races as certain colors. I always play the Darloks with red banners. There's no particular reason for that. It just is what it is. So we had the suggestion to name ourselves Frederick, so we will. And then you guys, if you want to rename the homeworld from the default of Nazin, this is your only chance to pick this. You cannot rename once the game actually begins, so I'll let this go for the 15 to 30 seconds it takes for Twitch chat to go through. Yeah, you never see what the Darloks look like. Look like the Nazgul. You never see what they ever look like because they're always shrouded in those robes. Whitebeard fart. I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out. I'm not naming their home planet Fart. But Nazgul's pretty cool, and it's close to Nazin, so let's go with that. That works for me. Now, I have not played Master of Orion in a little while, but, you know, I've played this game so much that I'm pretty comfortable with it. All right, there's a lot of yellow stars in this galaxy. Holy cow, this is a lot of yellow stars. So many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 yellow stars. Jeez. All right, so we have drawn not the greatest opponents. We have the Silicoids and the Klakons. And the Cylons. The Darloks are often sometime that you don't mind drawing races that have bad diplomacy. Like, oftentimes you might not want to see, like, the Sakura, because, like, if you're playing the Alkari, you don't want to see the Sakura because they hate you, but everyone hates the Darloks, so having weaker races that have bad diplomacy are not great. These are some pretty strong opponents. So that's not looking great. Our immediate neighborhood has a lot of red stars. So 4 parsecs, 3. That looks like the only planet within 3. Yeah. Only one planet within 3, so that's where our colony ship's going. And then we definitely want to send our initial starting scouts coreward. So we'll send that here, and then send the other one here. Because that's going to be out of range, yeah. That's going to be out of range, that nebula. If there's an AI right here and an AI right here, we're in a lot of trouble. There can be an AI here. They don't spawn within 6. They won't spawn within 6 parsecs, but like this is 7, and if there's an AI right here, this game is maybe a restart. Yeah. So yeah. Yellow has the highest odds for habitable planets. Then it's green after that, and then red. And then blue, and then white, and then purple is the lowest for habitable. Purple stars are pretty rare. All right. Let's scrap these other designs. Looks like we should already be spending max on industry. Yep. And let's see what we find. Let's cross our fingers and hope for a decent second world here. Not much to do the first couple turns. Oh, jungle 85, yes. All right. Corner start's not bad. I mean, it all depends on what's on these planets, right? If you restart, can you name yourself Bon Clay? I think we'll go with I think Frederick's good. I think we'll go with that. So if you want a suggestion, this is the only opportunity to name. Unlike in Civ, you cannot rename. Once you type in something here, it's stuck for the remainder of the game. The only way to replace it is if the colony would be completely destroyed and then it was resettled from scratch. Then you could rename it. I believe. I might even be wrong about that. A Mossad planet. Okay, sure. I don't know why they're so interested in the Mossad. Okay. I know an intelligence service, but okay, sure. All right, so now we can dial up the spending because now we get out from the... If you're wondering why do we now have more to spend, it's because previously we were paying... I'm sure people who've played Master Brian know this a lot, but previously we had to pay maintenance on that colony ship, which actually costs a fair bit in the early game. All right, so now we need to build Scout 2s to send out and get more information in our immediate neighborhood. So let's design that real quick. Scout 2, again, this is a well-known bug that's in the game, is that if you redesign the exact same ship, you get it for a cheaper cost. Same thing for the colony ship. See, it says 591 there, but we can redesign the exact same colony ship, and it'll be not 591, it'll be 570. So we'll just scrap that. Design the basic colony as well. Large colony base, and it's 570. Just build it right now. That's just a bug in the game. Doesn't matter so much for the colony ship. Whoops, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. But it definitely matters building Scout 2s that cost 8 BC instead of 10. I mean, that cuts the cost by 20%. So let's see how many of them we need. So we've already got Scouts going to those planets. This is out of range for the time being. How about this? Is this in range? That is in range. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5? Yeah, only 5. We only need 5 Scout 2s for the moment. Okay. That's it. And then we'll want to put Scouts over these 2 as well, but we can delay that for the time being. Yeah, not a lot of stars immediately in range because we kind of have a corner start. So if a lot of these, and like every single star we're scouting is red, literally every one is a red planet. That's kind of interesting. This is like the red corner of the map. I'm really wondering if there's an AI here. If there's no AI at either of these planets, which there might not be because it's totally random where they pop up. With this many yellow stars, they could be absolutely anywhere. If there's no AIs at these planets, we might be able to get down to this corner, and then we'd have a relatively easy game. But if there's an AI here and an AI here, this is going to be a brutal game. So we'll just see what happens. And we'll need we'll want to build a couple extras. Oh, this is a fertile planet. Okay. This is a very desirable commodity here. Let's hope that there's not an AI right at one of these 2 stars to grab that. So it's a white star, and it's at 4 parsecs. So this means it's a range 4 game. If we have range 4 and range 5 available, we should take range 4 because this is an extremely valuable location. Yeah, just roll a size 80 ultra rich. We had that in one of my previous games. I think it was the game with the bears, the Borathi. All right, so now let's send these scouts out one at a time, and we'll see what information we get back. The intro opening to the game is always a little micro heavy in Master of Orion. But it always plays out a little differently too, because you always have different immediate neighborhood. And of course it plays differently if you're like the silicoids or the Sakra or something. All right, now we want to start sending pop over to this planet. Let's see, this is 85, so we probably want about 15 million. So probably send 3 million in groups of, or 5 groups of 3. I usually send 3 million at a time. This will drop it down to 48. So this is the first turn of sending pop. once it gets to about 15 million. All right, so that one planet's toxic, so no one can settle there early on. Less useful. This one's slightly further away. So we'll just do this for the first couple turns while the scouts are moving away. So, got a tick of waste, so I have to dial down factory construction slightly. At least we haven't run into an AI. So I'm going to assume there's not an AI here because we would have already seen their scout by now if there was. Probably not. All right, anyway. So Nazgul is regrowing back its 3 million pop each turn because it's literally right in the middle of the bell curve on pop. It went from 50 to 47 and then back to 50 again. So this is our third send. 3, 4. Oh, nice. Habitable planet in the backlines. 2 habitable planets in the backlines. All right, well, we're getting lucky on the planet rolls here. And then this is our 5th, and this will be the last one I send, because this will, between Mossad's natural pop growth and the transports, this will get up to about 20 million out of 85, and then that should be fine to grow on its own from there. Okay. So how far away is this? 4 parsecs? All right, 3. So we can actually expand to these without needing additional range, so that's good to know. But this is such an important planet, we're going to want to get some range tech to get there. But for the time being, we have to build factories. All right, that planet's pretty useless. It's very fortunate that this Inferno 10 useless planet is here as opposed to being like here, because we could have rolled that the other way around. This could have been Inferno and this could have been Toxic. Instead, now we have decent backlines. And this is the key world. All right, so now we're going to be building factories for a little while. So we're at 59 factories. We have 50 pop. So right now the population can work all the factories. Remember, every population can work 2 factories at the start of the game. So we just let this roll for the time being. Some people like to turn on early research. I generally prefer to push factory growth at the start of the game. I think that the longer every turn that you're not maxing out factories, you're hurting your future income. It can be worthwhile to delay that, but only if there's a very pressing need. At the moment, we don't have an immediate pressing need to slow down our growth curve. So for the time being, we just want to push factories as quickly as possible. And we'll max out sometime around like 23, 24. We should max out factories then. All right, so we've scouted out all the planets in the immediate... Oh, no, we still have one more up here. Yeah, this is the key planet, it looks like. I hope we can get this one. That's where conflict is going to be. But we have not seen any AI, so I'm pretty sure that there's no AI right here or right here, because I think we would have seen them. So pushing south as quickly as possible is also going to be key. This planet is 6 parsecs, okay. So we probably need extended range to get down here. Might need like long-range fuel tanks or something. So we don't have, that could be an issue. We don't have any easy way to get down here. And then this planet opens up the southern portion of the map. So yeah, slightly unfortunate. And settling this would not get us anywhere closer to this. And of course that's Inferno and that's Toxic, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll be able to get increased range or something. All right, and then there's another habitable planet up there too. Okay. All right, so we definitely have possibilities here. Now this is 5. This is 4. So if we research range 5, we'd get access to this. It could actually be a range 4 into a range 6 game if that's an option. Because like we can settle all of these planets with range 4. We actually don't even need increased range for these. This is only 3, and then settling this gets us access to this one. But this is such an important planet. We really, really need it badly. Anyway, but for right now, it's just about building factories. This planet's now up to 1/4, and it's going to be growing pop really quickly. Yeah, it's a good neighborhood. We've gotten lucky so far. We've also gotten lucky that there's no AI immediately on top of us. I know I'm going to have to build additional scouts at some point, but for right now, it's better to build factories than divert production into more scouts. We will need them, but we can get them when we have more factories built. All right, so now we're at 61 pop, 84 factories. Again, not much to do other than just build the factories right now. It might feel like we're doing nothing, but we're actually strengthening our growth curve by doing this. 98 factories, and we're up to almost 10 per turn, 8 per turn, 8.7. Again, no news is good news for right now. The longer we're not seeing AIs, the better it is. So now we're at 70 pop 125. Looks like it'll take about 6 more turns to max out factories, and we'll send pop from Mossad back to Nazgul in about 3 turns or so. Enough so that it comes close to maxing out. Getting there. Yeah, we apparently don't have any AIs immediately on top of us, so we would have seen them by now if they were there. All right, so 78 pop, 145 factories, building them at 11 per turn. Yeah, so now it starts reading max because we're at 80 pop, 156 factories, plus 2 growth. All right, so this will max out factories in a couple more turns, so now is probably time to send pop back here. We should send about, let's see, it's at 80. It grows about 2 pop per turn, so we should send about, let's send, it's going to slow down Nazgul, probably 13. That won't drop it too low. To what turn is it anyway? 23, 21. Yeah, so at 23, 24, we should be just about maxed out. All right, so now we can dial up spending here again. 168, 83 pop. One more turn, 85 pop, 180. All right, and there we go. So now we're at 99 pop, 193 factories. So I could have sent one more to be at perfectly at 100, but hit that pretty good. Hey, welcome, Apprehender. Good to have you here. So let's finish the factories. So we're what, 7 factories short? Factories cost 70 BC to produce right now. Well, actually, let's dump everything into tech because we want to seed the tech field on this first turn. So we'll dump everything into tech on this turn. We're going to open up the only 2 that we need at the start of the game, which is propulsion and planetology. Let's split it 2-to-1 in favor of propulsion to start. And we'll keep the other fields closed for right now, because we need to see what our options are in these fields. So I tend not to manipulate the tech light bulb stuff too much, but I do know that if you put a big initial investment in, then you kind of seed the tech, and that's the way it works. Right. Well, we're going to start building the first colony ship, but remember, we can send the first colony ship here. We don't have to have range 4 to expand. If we needed range 4 to expand, I would have started tech a little bit sooner. But because I can fill out these colonies while we're teching, that's why I did it in the order I did. All right, let's see what techs we've got. Oh, we found silicoids down here is bad, because there's a number of hostile planets in this area, so this is not where we wanted to see them. Oh, and it's a colony ship. Well, we can chase them off for now, but that won't last forever. All right, we've got improved Terra 10 and controlled Baron. We don't have improved Eco, which is unfortunate, because it's the best early game tech. So we'll take improved terraforming, because Baron does nothing for us right now. And we only have range 5. Okay, so that means it's going to take longer to get this planet, but on the plus side, we will be able to colonize this one. All right, so let's go over to building colony ships here. We need you to stay on tech, and I also want you to start getting me a couple of additional scouts. Yeah, we actually got a decent amount of that initial stuff there. All right, silicoids. Are we avoiding the why don't you declare war with us and then not declaring war? We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. So yeah, I need to get out some more scouts. So I'll have Mossad crank out a couple of them while it trickles research. All right. So where are we going to need scouts? Well, we're going to need a whole bunch of them over here. So we need like 3 more of them up here. So I'll send a couple of them here to start. And then I guess that'll be in range as well. And then we'll need scouts for both of these planets too. So we need like 5 scouts total, something like that. Oh yeah, and I would like to finish the factories on this planet too. It'll slow down the ship by a turn, but that's okay. Let's get those factories done. Someone's at... Yeah, I was going to say so. Yeah. Of course it's the silicoids. Yeah. Why am I not surprised? Of course the silicoids are expanding. All right. 2. You said I think I need 3 on that planet to start, and then I want like 2 down, and then I want like 1 more here and 1 more here. Of course, so the silicoids are going to be a problem in this game, but there's not much we can do about it right now. Just letting the tech light bulbs fill up for the time being. Not that we're getting a lot of research there, but we're getting a little bit trickling in. I mean, we're getting ready to expand to these 2 planets while we trickle tech research. And then as soon as we have these colony ships built, I'll just go full bore research. But for right now, let's keep working on this. All right, 1 more scout here. And then I want Mossad to build a scout for each of these. Hopefully the silicoids aren't expanding too quickly. We know they already have 6 planets. All right, another scout here, and then we want another scout for that world down there. All right, we got our first colony ship. All right, so Mossad, send that here. Now you can spend on research, although note that we now, not fleet, we now have the maintenance cost of paying for that colony ship, unfortunately. All right, and another colony ship due in 4 turns for this location here, so we'll grab these, and we should be getting close to enough to unlock that range tech. Yeah, planetology is already in the percentages, propulsion's maybe halfway there. Not that plus 10 terraforming is going to do that much for us. All right, so yeah, 3 turns. Got all my scouts moving out so that they'll be ready to explore more planets when that range tech comes in. All right, there's terraforming plus 10. I think we went dead. We're not taking death spores, so we'll take this. Now, I have not found any dead environment planets yet, but I might see more on the map afterwards. Unfortunately, that will not unlock any of these planets, but, you know, there might be dead planets down the road. Still, it's a bit of a lower priority at the moment. We can keep some... Actually, let's put more of this in favor of propulsion, because that's what we actually care about right now. Yeah, you guys can feel free to think about names for planets. I don't think I have enough research to spare. For right now, I'm going to finish the ship, and then I'll terraform as soon as the ship's done, and also put the leftover into research. Mossad is not, yeah, I was going to say it doesn't particularly need to terraform. It wouldn't hurt because it's at 60 out of 85, but I want to keep this tech going for right now. It's not like that high of a priority. All right, we ran into the silicoids at this same planet again. They'll be back with actual escorts soon enough, so we don't have that much time. I don't know that we can do a whole lot about this, though. I mean, this is 6 parsecs away. It's kind of a long way away. I understand the logic that, like, this is the gateway to get down to the bottom part of the map, but I kind of have my hands full grabbing these planets right now. I don't know, man. We'll see. But this is a long way away to be trying to fight off silicoid poachers in the early game. Silicoids are probably going to get these worlds down here. I don't know. Like, I just don't really have the resources to divert a lot of, like, build... I could send fighter craft down here, but I think it's more urgent to try to grab these planets up here, which seem to be up for grabs. We'll see, though. So let's see. If I were to get the planets... Where's the map? Hold on. If I were to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Like, that's not bad. That's not quite enough to be competitive, though. You really want to be about 8 or 9. I would need long-range lasers to fight them off down there. I'm just not sure that I want to try building long-range lasers because I'm still very early on in the game. I feel like it's more important to get range 5 unlocked and to push east. If we can grab these 2 planets and this is still not grabbed, then I'll make a play for it. But like, let's not try to grab like more things. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew, is like the idea. There's only so many things you can do at once. But anyway, so here's our next colony going down. I know you guys had some different names you were thinking about. It's definitely too early to dump production into a huge. What were people thinking about in the chat? I was trying to see. Something red is called for. Something red does seem to be appropriate given that we're using the red colored banners and like every single star is a red star. Crimson's a good suggestion. Yeah, it's not that. So Rayson said long-range lasers to defend a poor planet doesn't feel like a good idea. I don't think that's wrong. It's more that this is a strategic location because it is the only way to open up the southern portion of the map. Like, that's why it's important. But I do think that that also makes sense as well. All right, so now we can go grab this other planet. So Mossad, which has lots of extra population, can send... it's a 15er to get this started. Actually, no. I usually try to go to about a quarter. So we'll do 13. And that's because I'm going to have to supply other planets too. Now it's not showing waste right now, but we've actually trickled a small amount here. So see how it's popped 86 because we've been getting a little bit into the reserve since then. All right, so let's do... let's make sure that this planet terraforms. And then we'll build some of the factories because we want to remax at the higher pop. And then as soon as that's done, we'll start pushing tech here so that we can get the range tech ready. And then we'll build the long-range laser, or not long-range, the colony ship for this world. Just keeping my fingers crossed. I mean, we've got 4 whole scouts here ready to fight them off. So, you know, we're ready to go. Mars is a good suggestion too. All right. So here, make sure we're spending on tech. There we go. Crimson's got the hop transports on their way. All right, so we finished terraforming. It would be very wasteful to pay money to grow population right now. It would be nice if we could get some waste cleanup tech too, but that's not available. Maybe maybe there's a reduced waste 80% in the construction tree. Okay, so we need 12 more factories. That's 120 to build them. So let's do that. There's the 120, so that'll remax on factories. Put the remainder in tech. And we're just about ready to get that into the percentages. There's our population transports heading off. So, I mean, the opening's gone pretty well so far. This could have been infinitely worse. Yeah, so Nazgul has maxed out on population, or on factories. I still need to max pop. Actually, Mossad should send just like 4 million pop there to help out with that. Because it takes a while to grow those last couple pop points when you're close to the max. Okay, so we're gonna spend on this turn. And then maybe start building the colony ship afterwards. Get this into the percentages and then start crossing our fingers. All right, here comes the silicoids at the toxic planet. Still have not armed their colony ships yet, but they will. All right. So yeah, let's run tech one more turn because that'll get it to. Or hold on, what are the percentage odds if I start building a colony ship at Nazgul? I'm just curious. 8%. Okay, so remember it's actually double those odds because we this is the original version. This is not a patched version, so it's really 16%. So what are the odds that we'll get it in 4 turns at 16% per turn? Let's see, just out of curiosity. So that's 16% is 0.84 times 0.84 times 0.84 times 0.84. We have about 50-50 odds of discovering in the next 4 turns at those 50-50 odds. So I'm willing to take that. And if it's not done, then we'll just start spending on research when the colony ship does finish. So we'll start the colony ship now, and with any luck, it'll finish in the tech will finish in the next 4 turns, and we can just shoot it straight over to there, and then grab this planet afterwards, while sending the scouts forward to see what's over there. And then actually we're going to need another scout because that'll be in range once we colonize that. But we can deal with that in a minute. Mossad's still doing its thing here, helping out with the tech. All right. Yep, I'm still researching at Mossad. Also, the pop transports have now arrived at Crimson, so Crimson's going to we'll be able to start doing legitimate factory construction instead of like 1/10 of one factory per turn. All right, and for this one, I actually like the suggestion for Mars. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, you don't want to research nowhere because then you start losing your investment. One of the fun things about this game. Yeah, I like that suggestion. Some good suggestions in the chat. All right, so now we've got this planet under our control as well. This one's smaller, so this doesn't need as much. Remember, I'm going to need to seed these planets as well, and this one's quite large. This is a 80 pop planet. So since Mars is kind of a little planet, again, fitting the fact that we gave it the name Mars, we're not going to send as much. I'm just going to send 8 million there. That gets it to about 10 or 11 million, so right around the 1/4 mark again. Okay. All right. And remember we sent 3 million to NASDAQ. We sent 4 million? We could have sent 3. So the capital will be maxed out. All right, now we're at 10%, so it actually is going up slightly each turn. So we have better than 50-50 odds to discover in the 4-turn window. There we go. That paid off. All right. So there is a range 6 option. Man, this is tough. Do we go with the range 6 to try to open up the south, or do we go with nuclear engines, which... You know what I think we do? I think we go with nuclear engines, and then we can decide if we want to go for range 6 after that. Look at the cost. It's so much cheaper. Like, it's 1/3 the cost. Inertial stabilizer is great, but it's not useful this early in the game. I think we go nuclear engines, and then we can decide if we want to go range 6 after that. Because we very well might want this tech, but... the warp 2 engines really helps in the early game. You can just move ships around so much faster. And if we do get into an early border scrape, it gives movement 2 in combat, which is really useful. Okay, Chad also thinks engines are the option here. Okay, so now we've got the colony popping next turn, which will go over here to that spot. And Willow is still holding research. We don't want to turn off research completely. But I don't think it's this urgent. I think that I actually want to open up all the fields right now. I'd like to see what's in the other fields as well. Yeah. And then I'll reallocate research from there. I want to see what's in the other fields. So let's at least see what's in the other fields. And then I can shift spending around depending on what I want to emphasize. Flat, empty, and full of corn. I'll think about it. Don't remember, we're still going to take a couple turns to get over there. All right, so this planet, just doing exactly what you want the second planet to do in the early game, just growing population. It's growing 2 to 3 million every single turn. We'll finish terraforming at some point. Don't worry, Mossad. We'll finish terraforming at some point. We have finished Nazgul. 110 planet size, 110 pop, 220 factories, just what we want. It's producing... 278. Look at this though. We produce 278 production, but like we lose so much of that to waste cleanup. We desperately need waste cleanup tech. Improved eco not being there really hurts. So cross your fingers that reduced industrial waste 80% is present. It's guaranteed to be either that one or improved industrial 9. Both of them are really good. We'd have to go for waste cleanup right now because we need it so badly. Hey, welcome. Yeah, like we're just losing so much spending to waste cleanup. You can really see it at Nazgul because like max spending is 155. Even though we actually make 278, we have to spend like 120, 130 of that just in waste cleanup. All right, anyway though, the early part of this game's gone about as well as we could hope for. Have they brought an escort yet? Nope, for the time being, they still have not armed that. Alright, so computer. Out of these options, I usually go for... By the way, the Darloks are... they're rated good in computer tech, so you can see everything's cheaper. We actually have all 3 options here. Do we want to just go for the scanner so we can see further away? All of these are kind of useful. Might be the scanner just to give us more information this early. Although I do like increasing battle computer. Battle computers are always good. And it's the second scanner that's the big one. It's the second one that lets you see where the enemy ships are going. Chat also thinks computer, so we'll go with computer. All right, ooh, we do not have the waste cleanup tech. That's a bit of an oucher. We're missing both of the initial waste cleanup options. No improved eco, no reduced waste, so it's just II-9. Class 2 deflectors, you never have a choice for the first field. And we'll take hand lasers. They're super cheap, and they're very good in case you ever get attacked. Hyper-Vs, hopefully we'll be able to get the later tier of missiles. That's true. And battle computers also help our steal efforts. That's an excellent point as well. All right, so Nazgul is going to send this colony ship forward. We're going to relocate the next one to Mossad because that'll hopefully save a turn of transit up to there. And we can now send our scouts forward. Did I forget to send my scouts forward last turn? Yes, I did. That's okay. We lost a turn, but hopefully that won't cause a difference. I was like, did I forget to do that last turn? Yes, I did. So waste will definitely be a problem. We'll have to try to address that through trading or stealing or invading or just researching it ourselves. All right, and Mossad, I want you to squeeze out, let's see. So if we colonize these planets here, we will extend our range by quite a bit. So I want to, let's get out 2 more. Let's get out 2 of these so that we can potentially see planets further away. We might need another 2 as well. Anyway, Crimson just doing its thing. Mars waiting for the pop transports to get there. So yeah, this will take it up to 10 out of 45, which will be right around that quarter mark. And Nazgul's building the next colony ship for this location up here. Then we can think about whether we want to build some long-range lasers for this spot down here, or if we just want to pump production. We'll also get new scouting reports coming in too, which could matter as well. All right. Let's see, so scout reports. Let's send these scouts forward to here, and then I can decide where they go after that. I should have scouts going like everywhere I can settle for right now, so I think that's all we need for the time being. Go back to tech. We've been pretty rough on poor Mossad the whole game. Never getting to do anything other than just trickle research. Let's see. And what do we want? Do we want to emphasize anything in particular? I think I'm okay with just having research split evenly for the time being. There's nothing I immediately want to get, so we'll just split this. Yeah, your computer tech's used for everything, both offensive and defensive, but it's mostly used for stealing tech. That's correct. So we should start getting some new scouting information. All right, Mars has finally had its people arrive. Crimson doing its thing. Blah blah blah. Nazgul 2 turns away from the next colony ship, heading up there, and with any luck, we'll spot some more habitable worlds. Excuse me, as we continue to push forward. These planets are more likely to have habitable planets because like these 2 are both yellow stars. It's no guarantee. This is a white star and it had a fertile planet, but more likely, certainly. Oh, okay. Or we could find that the Klakons are already present here at this planet. Okay. They settled this relatively recently. This only has 4 factories on it. Alright, well... and the Darloks... Oh, we found a planet the Darloks had apparently... Oh, they just settled this one. At least we'll get a scout on this one. Yeah, so the map's filling up. No surprise there. Desert planet down here. So, yeah, we'll want to skedaddle out of here to avoid annoying them. I don't suppose that's in range? No, it's not in range. They're mining crypto, yeah, seriously. So this is not going to be in range. We'll move this scout back here then. So yeah, we got a colony incoming right here. I think I'm going to have to build at least a few fighters to defend this spot. Maybe we'll get lucky and this is like a dead planet, which we'll have the tech to settle relatively soon. But I will probably need to build at least some fighters just to protect my planets. Just so that like a random incoming unit ship doesn't force them away. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I have to do this turn? I don't think so. So it looks like we're in good shape to get 6 planets. I don't know how many more we're going to get past that, though. The fact that it's the silicoids right here is annoying because they can threaten these planets, which otherwise would not be an issue early in the game. We were just a little bit not fast enough to chase them off this. All right, but we were the first one to get to this planet, which I do think is one of the most important ones to go for. We had a number of different suggestions for this world. I'm trying to look back and see what they were. Had this recent one for Nernin, but I don't know what that reference is, unfortunately. Go away, silicoids. Total Recall. I don't even know if that fits. It actually does fit. I don't know what the reference is for Athos either, but it's kind of a cool name. It's another thing I'm not familiar with. We had Iowa as well. We can maybe use Iowa for one of these other ones. Oh, we found a barren rich planet, but it's already been colonized by the silicoids, of course. So now here's where we meet the Clacons. Magnificent, illustrious, and godlike Clacons have arrived. That wasn't the worst message for us to get. All right, so this is on its way. Oh, we actually didn't. Looks like we didn't save a turn getting here. It says 2 turns. Shouldn't that get there next turn? Oh well. Anyway, let's get rid of that go-to order for anything else that we might build. All right, so now we have to think about how we want to do this. Oh, okay. So they already own this planet too. What? Oh, come on. Their home planet's over here, and they managed to get here. That's probably some kind of early game cheese alliance. No, their planet's here. Okay, that's more reasonable. But yeah, they are a close neighbor. Let's see what information we can find out about them. Have about the same number of planets as us. Total power, of course, they're way ahead. Production, of course, they're way ahead. We actually have more population than them, which is kind of interesting. They're not allied with anyone. Okay, so that's a plus. Now, normally I don't allocate a lot of spying stuff early in the game, but the Darloks are kind of an exception there. I think we actually do want, just because we're so good at spying. Let's see if we can at least get a read on what text they have. Let's go ahead and dial them up and say hi and see if we can get some kind of treaty. Aggressive militarist. Aggressive militarist is a lot less bad than it could be. They're not ruthless and they're not erratic, so it could be a heck of a lot worse. Let's see what. All right, they don't have any text to trade. Oh, they didn't agree to, or they didn't agree to. They did not agree to a trade agreement. Okay, well, we'll try again in a couple more turns. See, this is why the diplomacy with this is why diplomacy is rough with the Darloks. Everybody hates them. Everybody hates these guys. It's tough to get anything going. Yeah, no, these are the good Clacons. Yeah, the fact that the silicoids are right here is not ideal either, so we might be pinned in. It's increasingly looking like we're going to be pinned in this corner, and I don't see an easy way out of this. Unfortunately, it might be a game where we just have to rely on spies. least the Klakons aren't too big yet, but this doesn't look great. I was kind of worried about this when I saw the map. It doesn't look great. Again, I guess there's a slight chance to get down there, but yeah. All right. So let's build at least a few laser pop gun laser. We want to put the shield on them. Yeah, I think we do, because that actually helps again in the early fights, if you can squeeze the shield on. All right, let's build a few of these ships, just so this planet's not totally undefended. Darlok corner indeed. Probably usually need around 50 or so to be safe. Oh, we also have to send population here. So this is a valuable exposed planet. So we're going to send 15 million here, because this is an important planet that we have to stand up quickly. And elsewhere, Crimson is about at the point where it needs to start building factories. By the way, why did Crimson say waste? It's because we dialed up some spying, and that increased our costs slightly. Yeah, this is another planet I was going to scout. Oh, it looks like they recently scouted this one too. Oh, they only just colonized this. Man, we were just slightly too slow. I don't think there's much I could have done either. All right, and these are armed, so I have to retreat. The toxic planet. I mean, we're keeping the silicoids off some of these planets, but not for much longer. Nope, this ship apparently just could not quite make it to Mossad. So the relocate order does not appear to have sped up the path to this at all. In fact, it might have actually slowed it down because I wasn't able to go on a direct line there. Oh well. Well, at least we'll get to see what's at this blue star. Now watch, it'll probably be Orion. Like, watch, now it'll probably be Orion over there. Oh, and this, you don't want to hold ships over AI planets. They don't like that. Even though this is undefended. A rich planet, too. Yeah, just no real way to get down there. So I'm just building some of these little pop gun fighters for the time being. Oof, you can only build 8 per turn. Yikes, that's a sign that we're hurting on waste cleanup. If we can only build 8, normally you can build around. Well, I guess I did put the shield on them, so they're slightly more expensive than they would be. Let's get 30. I'll do this for 2 more turns and then probably switch over to research. Maybe it sped it up by a turn. Wait, what? The Cylons are on this planet. Oh, they just colonized it like this turn. Are you kidding me? They literally just colonized this world. Ah. That's, like, they just colonized it. But on the plus side, this is an opportunity to maybe hit the Cylons and take a planet away from them. We haven't made contact yet. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, how did they even get over here? They have no, like, how does that even happen? Did these guys sign an alliance? No. Huh. I don't even know how they can get over here. How do they even have the tech? Like, this should be out of range for them. Yeah, I seem to be just a little bit behind here, but I don't think I could have gotten over here any faster. I really don't. Anyway, so we got to send that colony ship forward. Got to make sure to remember. No. See, I don't think that this actually sped anything up because it took 2 turns to get to here, and then it's another 5 turns to here. I think it would have been the same length of time just going straight from Nazgul to that planet. Oh well. Yeah, maybe they had an alliance when they sent it and then it got broken. All right, let's stop building the fighters for the time being. Put this into research, and now Mossad can finally finish terraforming and go over to some factory construction, at least for this turn. This planet's probably, how much can it do? No, usually I want them to be able to terraform in 2 turns. Since it can't do 25 RP yet, then it's not worthwhile. So this planet we're doing our best to defend. I mean, we're going to get to 6 planets. It's just I'm not sure how we get past the 6. Yeah, that is definitely an opportunity to maybe go after the Cylon. Oh wait, no, it was already taken over. Never mind, it was already taken over. So much for the Cylons having control of that world. It was already taken over by the Klakons. Okay, well that didn't last long. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a rough start here. I guess we'll just take it one turn at a time and see what happens. Yeah, these are these additional scouts that I... Let's see if their colony ship's armed yet. I don't think it is. Alright, no, their colony ship's not armed. I'm pretty boxed in, yeah. So we're dead last in production. This is not a surprise. Silicoids being second is not great. I mean, you expect the Klakons to be first, but the Silicoids being second is not a good sign. This suggests that these are the Klakons and the Silicoid are the 2 strongest empires on the map, and they're both bordering me and kind of have me boxed in a corner. And I don't see any obvious way to get out of this corner or anything that I could have done differently. The only, I guess, slim hope would be to colonize this planet and hope that there's more opportunities after that, but yeah. At least where we should be able to get this planet, hopefully. And we now have at least a token presence on this place, Athos. I'm going to send the Scout 2 to here, and then I can potentially scrap the Scout design, because I'll have Scout 2s everywhere. I mean, if this was 5 parsecs instead of 6, this would be so much easier. Time to start spying? Well, I mean, let's see if we can... Yeah, so now they have an alliance with the Meklar. Let's see if we can at least get information on what text they have. There's not much point in spying also until we at least have Battle Computer Mark II to increase our spying level to at least some degree. I sent my laser forward, did I? Oh. Thank you for pointing that out. Fortunately, we can... You're right, I didn't click off that. Okay. Thanks for catching that, Rayson. Managed to avoid disaster. Yeah, the early alliance thing is really silly. Doesn't look like it necessarily gained the Klakons any, but like if they have a planet like pop up down here, we know it's from their alliance. Haven't seen the Alkari or the Meklar yet. Cylons probably started somewhere over here, would be my guess. At least no one has 12 planets yet. We would have seen it pop up in the log. Yeah, so I'm just wondering if it's worthwhile to try to send fighters down there. Probably not. They'd have to be long range. It's like just the problem that they'd have to be long range is pretty annoying. Anyway, so Massad's done terraforming. I think I may have had it running the slider an extra turn, which is sloppy, but anyway. So now this planet needs to build its factories. Well, it's actually about to ship more population off to this world again. All right, so Crimson can do terraforming. Might as well, it's already over half pop. Mars is not quite there yet. It's a much smaller world. Okay. As if I needed to know I'm last in fleet strength. But that also tells us the Cylons and the Alkari seem to be the weaklings of the galaxy, because they were last in those rankings too. So yeah, we're just kind of teching for the time being. All right, so let's see what we can get a report. Is there much, like, there's not really much. Oh, they have range 6. Do we try to spy and steal that range 6? Their computer tech's not very good. Oh, man. Their computer tech, they only have ECM Jammer Mark 1, so their computer tech's only 2. It's like, do we try to steal the range 6? They're allied with Mechlars and Cylons. I mean, we could try to steal the range 6. Because that would be humongous if we could get that. Yeah, Klakon's back in alliance with Cylons despite eating one of their planets 3 turns ago. I feel like we have to roll the dice. Let's at least see if we can get any kind of trade income going with them. I feel like we do have to take risks here. Alright, well at least we got that. That will at least start to build relations at the cost of actually taking a decent chunk out of our economy early. Well, it's the start of the game. If worse comes to worse, we can always start a new one. So see, now I have to go through my planets and adjust spending because we actually, as I said, lost a decent chunk of our economy by signing that trade agreement this early in the game. Got to take some risks. Let's hope that we get an immediate steal and then we can take the range 6. It would make a humongous difference because then I could immediately send laser fighters down there, followed by trying to colonize that location. All right, so here's our last colony for the time being. Even though this is not a fertile planet, I like the notion of naming one of these Iowa, so probably should have done that in the reverse order. All right, so our spy was not... Oh, now they're at war with the Mechlars and the Neokari. Well, that's really good. That's great news for us. Also, if we're going to commit to this spying strategy, we need to emphasize computers a little bit more highly. So I'm going to take 1 tick out of every field and put it in computers, which is just a good general thing to do with the Darloks because they focus on this. Iowa's a desert planet, Athos is fertile. Well, probably should have done that in the opposite order, but whatever, as I said. They do well. They're rated good in computers, so their techs are a little bit cheaper to research. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, see, because of that, we didn't manage to finish terraforming. We have to spend a tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, it should be like 1 more click in terraforming to finish up at Crimson. Oh, did I ever send? No, I have to now send Pop to Iowa. 60, so we send like 15 again. That's slightly higher than I would do for like pure economic strat, but it's important that this planet get developed quickly because it's an exposed point world. So far, we're not seeing anything dangerous from the Klakons, but I mean that could change and change quickly. Yeah, we just crossing our fingers that we might be able to land this tech. We our spy disappeared but did not get caught. So we also would have to get a deep enough penetration to get range 6, but if we succeed on a steal, we probably should have this option to take that tech. Alright, we got the hand lasers. Alright, so out of these options, Fusion Bomb is the most useful long-term because you want a bomb of some kind. If we get into an early scrape, though, Hyper X's would be very nice to have. Of course, Scatter Packs can be at the next tech level. There's always the possibility of Scatter Packs or Mercs to be at the next level. So it's a bit of a tough choice. I think the safer call is to go for Hyper X's, though. Also the cheapest, so that's kind of nice as well. All right, no change there for the time being. So Mossad can now go back to this. We're slowly developing the factories. We still only have 47 factories there. The homeworld's carrying the research load, which is not unusual for this stage of the game. Crimson still has not finished terraforming yet. I'll give it another tick. And then these planets are brand new and don't have a lot going on yet. Mars can almost probably have to do a 3-turn terraform there. At least plus 10 terraforming is a big deal here because it goes from 45 to 55. Like going from 100 to 110, not that big a deal. 45 to 55, very much a big deal. It's true. Can always backfill bombs. Oh, what's this? Well, looks like we got caught spying. Well, looks like we got caught spying. Well, so much for that. Of course, they also might have just declared war for all we know. At least they're already in 3 other wars. That's good news. All right. Well, now we can spy without worrying about getting caught. So much for our trade agreement. It didn't say they caught a spy, to be fair, so they might have just declared war anyway, for all we know. All right, they've got a colony ship and 35 lancers, so we will definitely need more here. We sure as heck would like to get a base up, but we don't have class 2 shields yet. So the shield, that wouldn't really do that much. So unfortunately, this means we're going to have to break off from teching there. And we're going to have to build at least a few more of these lasers. And then that means you have to go back to research now, sadly. Iowa is undefended, so that's also a bit of an issue. We have nothing up there. I'm hoping that if they attack, it'll be here. I believe my scanners... no, these planets are just out of range of my scanners. That's not good. Yeah, glad we're teching HyperX's. If they appear to just have, I mean, we know what techs they have, right? They don't have any. They have Hyper V's as their only weapon. So like whatever, they have lasers. So if we can just get one shield on if we can get a base with a class 2 shield on any frontline planet, then we're fine. Hopefully they don't. I mean, they're in a war with multiple other races, so hopefully. Like, they're at war with 3 other races, so hopefully that'll keep them off us for the time being. At least we can see them incoming within 3 parsec range, too. Even the default scanners can see within 3 parsecs. We can actually see what they have at this planet. I mean, we get enough of these, we can, maybe, or if they disappear, we can maybe send in our ships to get a scout. Let's build a couple more of these. I would really like to get level 2 engines and build these ships that have 2 movement. Our spy is still there in their territory, so maybe we'll get lucky and be able to lift the range 6. If not, we can always steal the ECM tech. We still have these transports en route. So I've mentioned this before, the AI tends to ignore planets that are at the edges of the map, more so than planets in the center, which is kind of a weird thing about how its targeting works. So maybe that'll help us out, because almost all our planets are at the corner of the map. All right, let's see if we can terraform this planet. Actually, no, it's almost at 25 RP. Then I can just do it over 2 turns instead of over 3. How many of these laser fighters do I have? 39. Yeah, well, I found that about 50 of them tends to be pretty good in the early game. So we'll run 1 more turn of this and then go back over to research, because we really do need to get some of these techs done. All right, so we're last in production. The silicoids look like they're getting to be quite large, and I am not a big fan of that, but I don't know what to do. I don't think there's anything I can do about it right now. All right, so now Mossad can go back to building some factories, which it really needs to do. Really want to build this up, because this is like as good a planet as the homeworld once it's developed. All right, still no movement. We're not seeing any of their ships crossing into our space, and that's a plus. Iowa now actually has... Oh, wait, never mind. It's still 1 turn away from getting these colony transports. And we're getting closer to the point where this can build a defensive base in like 4 turns with reserve spending. I can terraform here now, so let's just do that as well. And then it's really nice that it's a fertile planet. It would be nice if I had a rich world so I could feed the reserve and then like speed up the growth of that planet. Most of my worlds are just, building factories right now. Have not had any success in stealing something yet, but then again, we still don't have this for better spying efforts just yet. At least some of these techs are in the percentages. As soon as I finish this, I'll try to get 1 base up on every world, but until I do finish this, it's kind of pointless, because even lasers can hurt the bases if you don't have class 2 deflectors. We don't seem to be the focus of the AI right now, which is definitely a plus. Yeah, I probably should tick up spies to 1.2. I usually don't go beyond 3 or 4 clicks, but I can probably manage another click there. Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on them. They've added a few lancers, which I believe are just laser fighters. But that's all for right now. Also, this planet still has not been taken over by the silicoids, so that's a plus, certainly. They still have not picked up anything new in terms of techs. Oh, here comes something. Hold on, hold on. 41. All right, Lancer's incoming. I don't suppose I can get a base up. No, I can't get a base up fast enough. Good thing I built those extra ships, right? So we don't know what's on these just yet. But I believe they're just laser fighters. Remember, my lasers do have a point of shielding on them. Still, I'm going to have to build some more of these here because I can't. I have to wait. I can only build 2 per turn. I only build 1 of these per turn. Okay, well, never mind. That's not worthwhile. You just keep working on factories then. Glad I built those extra ships though, because I'm going to have them outnumbered. And if I'm lucky, I can have their stack shoot at a scout and waste a round of firing. Yeah, we still don't know what's on these. Fortunately, they are targeting this planet. What are we doing in terms of tech? This would certainly be nice. I have so many planets researching stuff. But it looks like I do need to build a few more of these because I'm going to lose some in the battle. Obviously, these can't get over there in time to make a difference, but I'm going to need replacements for the ones that die. So we'll build a couple more, and that means once again, poor Mossad has to go back to holding the research load. At least Crimson is finally almost to the point where it can contribute. All right, and now we can terraform Mars. I'm sure people are familiar with the game Terraforming Mars. Might as well have one of these scouts over. I don't need this many scout 2s. There we go. I think I can actually scrap the scout designs because one's in orbit over Athos, and the other one I believe is also over a planet that has... Where's the other one? Oh, over Dunatis, yeah, so I can scrap that design. But we'll hold here because I might be able to get it to shoot at this ship in the upcoming battle. No, there's no point in trying to take this planet right now because it's in a nebula. Would not be worth going for at the moment. Yeah, this is in the percentages. At least we haven't even had a council vote yet. So we're even in tech with the Clacons. If I wanted to go after them, I'd want to go after one of these planets. This one in particular would be a good target. So far, our espionage efforts have not done much, but again, we don't have the first battle computer tech yet. All right, so this is going to be our first battle. I'll just create a save state in case something goes horribly wrong, although I don't like saving my way out of fights, but you never know. Darloks. Certainly has not been an easy game thus far, but it's been an interesting game. All right. So we actually can't scan what's on them because... Let's let them come to us. I'm trying to maneuver it so that they fire at my scout first. Waste their first shot on the scout. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. So I got the first shot off. They wasted it on a scout. And so now I got this shot on their stack first. Nice. That was exactly what I wanted. All right. They will not. Now, the AI is smart enough not to fire at these unarmed ships when there's an actual armed target, but we clearly win this battle. Just a little tactics. Help minimize our losses. So this fight went super well for us. Yeah, now, yeah, you better run. Ha! Got him. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, but we don't have the option to steal. We didn't get a deep enough penetration to steal propulsion, unfortunately. But we can take computer tech. So we'll make it easier to steal the next tech. And, oh, we can frame them. They're in an alliance with the Cylons, which we don't have that option. So we'll go ahead and frame the silicoids because they're another powerful race. We're researching Hyper X's. Hyper V's are not that high of a priority. If you don't have anything else to steal, steal the thing that makes future steals easier. So Darloy's not bad. I mean, Darloy's a good tech. It's not as useful for us right now. So we just, slaughtered that particular stack. That went well. So now Nazgul can stop cranking out lasers and go back to defense. So that fight went as well as it possibly could. We lost, about 5 ships? Somewhere between like 5 and 8 ships, and we killed, their entire stack, even though they were roughly the same size going into the battle. All right, so let's scrap the one remaining scout. There's no need to hold a slot for that right now. I mean, if we get more steal opportunities, sure, we can get the. Oh, so now that they don't have art, they're not allied with anyone. Let's. We really want to try to get this. This is really important. I think we should be able to get this. Like we are the best spying race in the game by it's not even close. How are we doing on where are we on tech? So we have this in the percentages, so that's nice. Force fields is about to pop. Let's get a defensive base up on our frontline worlds, and then I'll feel safe enough to. I mean, if they refuse to sign peace, we might be able to go harass them at some of these planets. They don't have missile bases built yet. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to send these laser fighters forward because I want to get a scout on this planet. I want to scout it if I can. While there's nothing there. We can see that there's nothing there. It's just these 5 cutlasses, which I believe are also laser fighters. So let's just get the scout, because then we can send pop. That way we'll be able to keep an eye on what is here on this planet going forward with our sensors. I mean, we just wrecked their fleet, so I feel safe enough doing that. Okay, so Iowa's building its stuff. Crimson. I don't suppose we can dial this up. I don't suppose we could ever get waste cleanup tech from someone. All right, so you can go back to building factories finally. It's going to run out of population to work its factories pretty soon. Nazin, oh man, we look at our waste cleanup situation. It's so bad. And you are done terraforming, so now you can go back to factory building. Little old Mars back here. And amazingly, none of these worlds have been taken over by the silicoids yet. Amazingly, if we can just lift this tech, we can race a colony ship down here. And some of these lasers can go down to defend it. Maybe they have as I said, maybe they have missiles. It's possible that they could just fire missiles and then run out. They appear to have other weapons other than just missiles, so we got to get out of here. Too late. Again, I'm not surprised. All right, well, here's your chance to get those Hyper Vs. I'm going to keep framing the silicoids. Keep these two at each other's throats. Now we will be in contact with the silicoids. Oh, and we got a council vote. Okay. So we're nominated against the silicoids. Okay. They have 5 votes. We know the Clacons are going to vote against us. This could just be the end of the game right here. We need abstentions here because we do not have much in the way of population. All right, 2-2. Oh, we got a vote from the Cylons. They must be at war with the... All right, so I don't think we can vote for them. I believe 13 out of 20 is... Wait, what's 13 out of 20? No, that's only 65. We can vote for them. That does not win them the game. So we have 4 votes. We're not especially close to a veto block or anything. Oh wait, we're not in range. We're not in contact with them. All right, so it does look like if we're going to expand, it's going to have to be to the east, and we're going to have to go to the Klakons. So Klakons are just look like they're going to be our enemy throughout the game, unfortunately. So no, we were not able to get down here. If we'd had maybe a little bit more success on the tech thefts, but we did not. We have not had propulsion as an option yet. So we got Hyper-Vs. We're about to discover this. Now they have ion cannons, so that's definitely a better weapon than the laser. That would not be bad to steal either, though. Step on the ants, yeah. I mean, the one thing that's helping us is the fact that these guys are at war with everyone. But if we keep getting nominated in the council, there's a lot of danger, because people just do not like the Darloks at all. So as I said, there's like a lot of danger here if we keep getting nominated. 2 turns to get there, and then should be able to scare them off and then hopefully get the scout and then come back. Still, it's an interesting game. Like I said, we've got force fields and computers in the percentages now, and getting closer to having our worlds built up. What is this ship? Oh, I have a Scout 2 moving back to the capital. Being in contact with only one opponent is not the worst thing, because it's fewer people that can get angry at us and hate us. Bomb the Klakons for votes. I mean, it might not be the worst decision, honestly. We don't have any bombs yet, though. I'm not going to try hitting them with nukes. When at least, oh wait, what's this? Another... All right, well, they're sending forward another little fleet. Oh, now they've got 32 cutlasses, or where did they get these? I guess they rallied from another planet. Maybe I shouldn't have sent these lasers forward, because I'm not really interested. Maybe I'll probably just retreat them if there's 30. I don't want to actually fight that. Yeah, that I could end up in some trouble here, having sent my fleet forward. It's not a lot of ships incoming, but if those colony ships have anything on them, that's kind of a problem. How close are we to building bases here? All right, getting closer to building bases on this world. Even though it only has 26 factories, we do get a lot of pop from a lot of production just from the base underlying population. This is probably a retreat with these. Probably should not have sent them forward until I had a base back here. I mean, we have 2 spies in their territory right now. Well, let's see what happens. They have a missile. Oh my god, they have a missile base up already? Jeez. I guess they are the Klakons. I was like, how did they get a missile base up that fast? Oh, they have... Oh, this is not good. That's a lot of ships coming after me. We need a base up now in this... We need to get a base up right now. This is way too many laser fighters. It's going to have to be the homeworld on industry. It's going to have to put this in the reserve to get this up faster. We need these techs to pop. We need this force field tech to pop so we can... Oh wait, what? Total research 0. Oh no. Did I have no... Oh wait, no. I just switched Nazgul off, so there was not a turn with nothing putting research in. I kind of put myself in a bad situation by moving this fleet forward. That was a bad tactical decision. I needed to keep them here to defend this planet, because there's a very real chance that they're going to get a scout on this world now. And then they'll start sending pop transports. No, I'm not trying to move this. 16 fighters will beat the first wave, but then we've got 32 more coming right behind them. So, yeah, no, I have nothing in the reserve. Nothing in the reserve. I can get a base built in 3 turns, but that should give them at least 1 turn's worth of scouting first. At least the colony ship is just firing at nothing. Alright, so the colony ship just has missiles on it. Missiles that don't have enough range. Gonna get this Scout 2 to absorb the initial shot again. Okay. I mean, we lost like one ship, but still. And then the silicoids are just claiming everything. Wait, can I get them to do the stuck in place forever dance? Yes, I can. So sometimes even when you can't win a battle, you can manage to get the AI to retreat anyway. I mean, if it keeps them off this planet a little while longer. If it keeps them off the planet, I'll take it. Good Fabian tactics, indeed. Because there is a maximum limit to how long the battles can last, and if it times out with no resolution, the AI does retreat. So we just have to do this about 100 times, and then the battle ends, and then the AI will retreat. And we kept them off this world, which is not a very good world. It's a size 10 Inferno, I think. Yeah, there we go. Hey, we kept them off the planet. Oh wait, no, we didn't. I think they still settle it anyway. I think they still colonize it anyway. Yeah, so that didn't actually work. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Ah well, as I said, it was worth a shot. But as you can see, we're slowly getting pinned in here. Alright, so there... We need to definitely get... Wow, we have not managed to steal this range 6 tech, have we? Or ion cannon, huh. Not managed to steal this yet. Let's at least... let's see if we can sign them up to peace. Now, unfortunately, they're my council opponent, so being friends with them doesn't really help us that much, but... I don't want to get in a war with more opponents right now. Now they have 12... Yeah, they have 12 planets. This is very bad. Yeah, okay, so they have this entire corner of the map. So we were never going to get this part of the map anyway. They have this entire corner. I was hoping... So they started down here, and there is no other AI anywhere close, and they're the silicoids, so they can colonize everything. So they just cleaned up the entire map, and now they're stretching out to the east. So they are going to be the big dogs in this game. That's and there's no way to keep them off this planet. A toxic planet. Not when I'm fighting in a hot war with the Klakons. That's not going to happen. So, what turn is it, by the way? We have a council election in 12 turns. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pull this one off with the Darloks, but we'll see. So yeah, this is the issue. There's 32 of these things. I don't think I can... I think I have to retreat from that until this fleet can get back, and then we can chase them off the following turn, but... All right, first we've got to increase spending everywhere to deal with the waste, because now I signed that trade agreement, which hurts the economy quite a bit. Good news is Iowa has been completely ignored thus far, which is good because it's completely undefended. But as I said, I thought the AI would target this and not this. All right, let's transfer production from the reserve. Wait, what's the hotkey that transfers the Mexican? There it is. That's the Mexican handle. It's equals is the hotkey. So as I said, we can have a base in 3 turns. Once we have a base and class 2 shields, we're completely safe. So we should be okay. But unfortunately, I think this turn I have to retreat, and then I can hold over the planet, and then the following turn I can fight them off. But that will give them the scout, and then they'll be able to send population, which is not ideal, unfortunately. But we'll have a base up, so. And we have quite a bit of... And it's a fertile planet, so it's like if they send pop... And we have hand lasers, so... Yeah, I wouldn't say this has been a great start. I knew from the minute the map was rolled it was... Yeah, so I think we, as I said, I'm pretty sure we have to retreat here. I can't fight off 32 with 15. They just kill all the ships. And it was just a matter of time until they took control of this planet, too. Yeah. And they actually... Wait, they were actually able to bombard with laser fighters? What? Okay, so we've got the laser fighters incoming. So we can fight off this wave. That's a lot. Okay. It's a lot of ships incoming. So about that missile base... So about that missile base, is it ready yet? We'll have it up in 2 turns. And then we just need this force field tech to pop. This is significant enough that I'm going to pull my other planets off production to push research on this for the time being. I need Nazgul to give me another turn of reserve spending, but then after that I can have it do research spending as well. Once we get the base up, we should be okay, unless they're running ion cannons, in which case we're in a lot of trouble. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Do I win this fight? I think so, and I think that I need to kill this stack before the rest of those ships arrive. I mean, we can use this scout to get the first strike in again. What's on these ships? What's on these ships? Because they just slaughtered my stack. No, they don't have ion cannon. The ion cannon animation is different. It wasn't an ion cannon. What was on those ships? I don't know what they have, but they absolutely shredded me. Alright, well this will finish the missile base. They're sending 42 transports. Here's the problem though, if I don't have the shield, then they're going to be able to damage it, and it's not going to be enough. So we desperately need this to finish. We absolutely have to have this tech finish. And the odds are only 30%. So yeah, this is not going well. I could try to dump everything into shield, which I suppose we should do. That's really all we can do. Give ourselves the best odds possible. We can fix this when the turn's over. Or afterwards. Whoops. Alright, cross your fingers and hope. No, we did not get it. Okay. So what is on this? It's just lasers. I don't know why that was so troublesome. Yeah, now, normally they wouldn't be able to hurt us, but at the planet, but because... Because we didn't finish the shield, they can hurt us. All we can do is try to take out as many of these ships as possible, but the Klakons have so much early game production. I mean, we're going to win, but we're going to win at the cost of this stack of ships, unfortunately. You can see that the Hyper-Vs are not exactly killing a lot of their ships. We could have killed everything with no damage if the shield had finished, which it did not. Yeah, they did 9 damage to the... So they don't have enough to get through. I don't think they do anyway. Without the lasers, though, this would not have held. Better hope that none of those ships have ions on them, which some of them probably do. I thought that the techs happened before combat took place. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, well, now we've got the shield. The problem is, I'm pretty sure some of these have have ions on them, but I guess we'll find out anyway. Certainly a tough game. Master of Orion's not the easiest game. Sometimes you get starts that are rougher than others, and this is one that was... this has not been the easiest start, so we'll put these planets back to Oops. And we'll change research spending. Note that we still haven't gotten that, whatchamacallit, we still haven't gotten this to pop yet. So we'll equalize this and go back to what we were doing before, which was like 1 extra tick into computers. I agree that the new fighters likely have ion cannons, which is a problem. The fact that they have 42 colony transports incoming is also a problem. At least this is a fertile planet that grows research very quickly. Anyway, have we managed to? Oh, they upgraded their computers. Like, I don't quite want to sign peace with them yet. I still want to steal more technology, but we'll see. I want the opportunity to steal. At this point, Battle Computer Mark III is probably the more important thing to steal, honestly. So as far as tech, we have Hyper X's as a possibility incoming. Nuclear engines would certainly be nice, but we're kind of just bottled up in the corner here with a absolute giant of an AI here. I mean, the silicoids are absolutely running away with this game. It's not even remotely close. They're at like 14 planets right now. And the only opportunity for expansion is going to be the Klakons, who are also very strong. This is going to be an insanely difficult game. I think that I just have to accept that I'm probably going to be at war with the Klakons for the time being. I mean, like, we could ask for peace. Like, here, we can see what they want for peace. I doubt they'll be willing to sign a peace treaty with me, but we can try. Yeah, that's what I expected. This is not Civ 3, where the AI will always sign peace with you. The silicoids are like this. This is just a. As soon as I saw the map, I was like, "Uh-oh, this is trouble." I've told you guys the Darloks are one of the very few races I have a losing record with in Master of Orion. They're my least favorite race, but we will continue to give this a shot until we actually lose. It's not over. All right, we finally got that. Oh, we have improved robotics. I mean, that's nice at the next tier. I mean, so that's something. I'm hoping we can get a scout with these guys. The problem is they're going to have so much population that any... So, like, here's the problem in the council. The silicoids are going to have crazy high population, and the Klakons are going to vote against me because they hate me. And the other races are probably not going to vote for me either. The best I can hope for is abstentions. Now, it's good that the Klakons hate the silicoids and they're at war, but I have to either get a peace treaty or send a lot of population off-world at the time of the election, so I will not be nominated. Excuse me, that's probably my best hope. Well, I've got some Scout 2s incoming, so, you know, that's a thing. We're going to have to... Oh, they actually scrapped a stack. They had a stack of 80 incoming, and they scrapped it. This planet only has 20 factories still. So, yeah. It just needs more time. This planet can terraform, though. We might as well terraform Iowa, which has been completely ignored by the AI. And Mossad is getting close to max. It's at half factories, which means it'll max in about 8 or 9 more turns. So that's a plus. Like, we are getting these worlds online, and then we do have improved robotics 3 in the tech tree, so just got to keep plugging along, bide our time, and hope that we don't lose the game at the next council vote. All right, let's see what happens here. So what's actually on these? Oh, they all only have lasers. Okay, great. They all just have lasers. Now, I don't know why they needed to do 3 different designs that are all exactly the same, but none of them have ions. That's excellent. So we're totally safe here. And we'll just take a few pot shots at them while they're... I mean, we have no damage because we're firing nuke missiles. We'll retreat on the next turn. They're just sticking around because they're trying to kill my scouts. They'll all retreat as soon as the scouts are gone. See? Oh, one of them had increased attack level? Okay. And now, how many get through the base? Most of them... Oh, we killed a quarter of them. So, you know, a lot of the times you're like, why would you research hand lasers? Who needs hand lasers early in the game? Well, oh, it's really weird seeing me on the right-hand side, by the way. I'm so used to being on the left-hand side. Why do you research those hand lasers? Well, that's why you research those hand lasers. You get +5 for the defender and another +5 for hand lasers. Alright, so this planet lost a lot of pop, unfortunately. And that's not great. Lost 30 pop. But we did kill off that invasion force. And we know what's on these ships. We know that all of these just have lasers, so this planet's safe for the time being. So we have met the current threat that they are... We have met their current threat for the time being. Still, I'm a little surprised we haven't gotten a scout yet on these guys, but we should soonish. Probably have a ton of technology. All right, should be. Hold on. Should be able to finish terraforming here next turn. I guess that requires all the spending. Never mind. I probably should have just left that alone. And these other worlds are just doing their thing. Homeworld's the only one doing research right now. There's no immediate tech that we need that badly right now. Yeah, the GOG version is disabled to copyright protection. So we certainly can't take any Klakon planets right now. We have no offensive weapons, really. Where is this fleet? Wait, this fleet's not over the planet, right? Can't be. It must be retreating. That must be the group that's retreating back to crypto. Wish we'd been able to get the scout on this world. I would love to know what is actually over there. At least we can have the scout on this planet once we get upgraded scanners. All right, you go back to building factories. How quickly could we rush a base? We could get a base in 5 turns on you. So let's get more factories, and then hopefully we'll get to the point where we can do it in 3 turns, so we'll be able to react fast enough if a stack is incoming. And hopefully these guys won't continue to develop. Oh, they have improved eco. Okay, well, we have a new steel target. Improved eco restoration. Yes, yes, yes. Please give me a planetology steel with these guys. We still don't have any. So we've got a council vote coming up in a few turns. The best thing for me would be for the Klakon's pop to exceed mine, so I am not nominated. That would be the best thing. I may have to do population shenanigans to try to ensure that I'm not nominated. Because the silicoids are still increasing in size. So the only way to do this game long term is going to be take over the Klakons, take over someone else on the east side of the map, and then late game showdown with the silicoids, because the silicoids don't scale well into the late game. But I'm not feeling great about this one. Oh man, we failed to get a spy in. Oh, geez. We've really been not having a lot of success on our spying, and I realize that they have higher computer tech than we do, but still, haven't exactly done great as far as this goes. This is less the Darloks being bad, and more this is a very, very difficult map. Like, we have not had much luck. At least we were able to fight them off of Athos here, and thankfully it's fertile, so it does regrow population quickly. It's still building its bases, so it's not that big of a deal to lose pop. Like, it's not like we lost pop that was working factories, but it does build the factories slower without those population to help out. Yeah, and these, I mean, like these other worlds in the back lines are almost done building their stuff. Like, we have been operating just off the homeworld for most of this time. Mossad's finally up to 125 factories. Once they're all done, we'll have some more tech to play around with. Again, Robotic 3 is in the pipeline. If we can steal improved eco, that would be a big boost. So, like, there are some things that are coming down the pipeline that'll help, but being on 6 planets is not a ton. All right, we finally got a scout on these guys. All right, so they've got fusion bombs, so we really would not want to fight them. Really don't want to fight them at all. They have BC Mark III, which is nice. And I mean, they've got some decent stuff. The fusion bomb would mean any fight with them probably means the game's over. All right, I'll stop spying on them and just keep it going with the Klakons for right now. And I'm well aware that we have an election coming up in a few turns, in 4 turns. I think I'll probably send population off-world to try to make sure I'm not nominated. That, or I can try to get peace with with these guys too. That would also be good. It looks like they've backed off on attacking for the time being, which is nice because it gives more time for these worlds to try to finish maxing out. Like Crimson's got to be pretty close. Yeah, Crimson's almost maxed out, and then we can get the one base on it. What are we up to? 40 factories here. We still got a long way to go. I was only at 29. At least we can see their fleet here. For the time being, they still don't have any ships. Let's see if we can get... So yeah, if we get a steal, it's got to be improved eco, even though computer tech would certainly be nice. Range 6 we don't have much of a need for anymore because we weren't able to get those planets to the south. It's got to be improved eco. That tech would help us out enormously. And it's a very low tech, so any successful steal will take this. All right, I'll see if I can do anything diplomatically on this upcoming turn. All right, because this is the last turn before the election. All right, so I need you to get one base up just for safety in the back lines. Hopefully you'll never get attacked, but better to have it in case you would. Mossad's almost there. Needs like one more turn to finish it, 1.5 turns to finish its factories. And this will like almost triple our research capacity if these all finish. And then these planets up at the front lines are just baking away on their factories. All right. First things first. Let's see if we can get a peace treaty with these guys. All right, so they're allied with the Akaris. That means they're guaranteed at least 2 votes, and they would also be guaranteed the Klakon's vote. Oh, they have mercs now too? Jeez. They would be guaranteed the Klakon's vote if we are at war, which we almost certainly will be. Well, so much for that. So our best hope is just not being nominated. We don't have that much population. If you look on the... Like, we're roughly equal to the Klakons, so we're going to have to try to do the little shuffle here, where we send 40 million here, and 40 million here. That'll drop our pop by 1 in the council vote. And then let's do like 20 and 20. Obviously, this does hurt our economy to do this, because we've got a bajillion pop flying around for a couple turns. But if we're lucky, it means we will not be nominated. Then we won't face the risk of losing the game. Yeah, I did just save. All right. We are apparently still nominated. Okay. How are we still nominated? How? Yeah, so they, of course, vote. I guess we're still at 4 votes. Necklars abstain. Silicoids abstain. Okay, well, it looks like we survived. We cannot vote for them, unfortunately, because that would have helped boost relations, but we did survive. All right. And it looks like we didn't have to do that, so I think I'm going to reload just so I don't have to send all my population off-world. Yeah, all the other AIs seem to be pretty useless. So it looks like we didn't have to do that. Hopefully the votes didn't change. All right, we knew you would vote. Yeah, okay. So we had 5 votes instead of... So we actually have 5. Not anywhere close to a veto block, and won't have for long terms. Obviously, we can't vote for them, even though that would be nice. You never vote for yourself. The AIs hate it if you vote for yourself. Yeah. All right, but we survived another election. At least we're neutral with the silicoids. I wonder if they'd be willing to sign a non-aggression pact just to try to improve relations. It's worth a shot. I mean, we're not especially large in this... No, okay. Well, it was worth a shot. I don't think there's anything I have that they'd be willing to trade. We will be able to trade the we would be able to trade Improve Robotics 3 potentially for a big prize, but I don't think I want them to have Improve Robotics 3. So still the same thing. It's still improved eco if we can get it. I feel like the silicoids are, at least their expansion seems to have stopped for the time being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They have 16 planets. Jesus. Silicoids are just so bad to get as an opponent. The AI doesn't play some races particularly well. It plays the silicoids very well because their ability to just colonize every planet is to their strength. It's too bad we didn't have their starting position. If we'd started down here, we would have been in much better shape. Just were very few opportunities for us to get out of this box on this corner of the map. Yeah, if the Clacons weren't being so annoying, everyone would probably be at war with... I mean, some races are at war with the Silicoids. They're fighting the Clacons and the Cylons. That's why the Cylons have been voting for us in these elections, because they were at war with the Silicoids. All right, anyway, so Mossad is about to max out factories. There we go. So it maxed out factories. Now let's get its defensive base built. Crimson will have its done on the next turn. Mars is almost done. Its factories, I mean. Needs, what, 15 more? So that's like 2 turns. And this planet has finally almost finished growing back the population that died. It's at like half factories. Iowa, as long as it's being ignored, I will continue pushing. Yeah, I will continue pushing factories over getting the defensive base. I'm a little surprised, again, we haven't managed to lift another tech from these guys, but we'll see. Quiet turns here for being in a hot war. Our spying rolls have kind of sucked in this game. We haven't managed to steal much of anything, unfortunately. I mean, we got a few things, but nothing too critical. At least we'll get, like, improve robotics will, of course, increase our tech level, and then that'll make steals easier. And, of course, we'll also be able to get more factories. But we really need to steal improved eco because we have so much factory waste. It's pretty crazy. All right, so now you can go on tech as well. As I said, Mars is about to finish out its factories, and then it will have to build a missile base as well. Now that I have Crimson to put on research, I'm going to have Nazgul build a base as well. Just get 1 base on all these planets. Oh, we got a new, got something new incoming. I mean, these are all the same ships we already saw. These are the same designs, so we know that they don't have anything scarier on them. All right, Mars. Did you finish your factories? What do you need, like 1? It needs 1 factory. Okay. There you go. There's your 1 factory. So Mossad's almost got its 1 base, and Nazgul almost has its 1 base. Yeah, we have Battle Computer 2. They have Battle Computer 3. So they're like roughly 5 or 6 tech levels up on us. That shouldn't make that big of a difference for the Darloks, but I think we've just had like suboptimal dice rolls on the spying. All right. So we're about to get nuclear engines, which is not going to do that much for us. None of these techs are actually going to do that much for us. With the big exception of Improved Robotics 3, that actually will do a lot for us. But at least we'll finally be able to start doing like legitimate research, because a bunch of these planets are have finished their factories. Again, improved eco like increases our economy by an enormous amount if we can get it. All right, so all of these planets are kind of done. Still can't get another spy throw. They're obviously outpacing our research because of their size. Silicoids, at least the silicoids are like the worst race in the game when they're large in size. All right, we should be able to fight this off just fine because these ships can't get through a missile base. Clacons up to neutral blasters. Did they? I didn't see that. Oh, and they now have ions on the dagger design. Okay, so we got to target the dagger. Although actually we might shoot at the horseman first, because we can easily kill this before they... Well, no, let's not fool around. We'll shoot at the dagger design. So we're going to get to the point where just 1 base is not... We're not invincible with 1 missile base. Okay, so much for that. Alright, we'll just get you out of here now. Now they'll retreat. Okay, better than nothing. So we have to take this to move the tree forward. Inertial stabilizer will not move the tree forward, and I'm more interested in just accelerating the tree at this point. All right, so they have blasters now. You're right, they do. They do have blasters, so we're going to need to do some actual base building in the near future. Hopefully, though, we have enough time. All right, that is a lot of daggers. So we might need to start building some more bases here, because one base is not going to be enough to kill that many of them. Of course, we really need more shielding, but we're not going to get that in the immediate future. And still 4 turns to build a base. That's not ideal. I guess it is only at half factories. Eesh. Well, that could be a problem. Yeah, I was like, that's the design that can actually hurt us. Well, okay. Maybe we could get a peace treaty, you guys? Of course, they don't really want to. You can see the fleet strength comparison. That's why they're not super eager to sign a peace treaty with us. I mean, so here's the thing. Can you design a new laser fighter? Sure. But is that really a good idea? Just trying to trade little popgun fighters. That's a losing battle with the Klakons. Let's see if we can get peace with them at all. I doubt that they'd be willing to sign it, but we can try. Yeah. This is why Master of Orion's a hard game. The AI's like, no, we're much stronger than you. Why would we sign peace? Could put minimum spending on transport tech. I mean, the thing is, nothing that I'm rushing forward is going to help me that much. HyperX is actually, I guess HyperX's would help. Planetology, like Darlok would be nice. Improve robotics will be nice. I might put another tick or two in this, just because I do want HyperX. I am terrified of getting in a war with the silicoids. If they declare war, the game is over. So, yeah, let's not get into a war with them if we can help it. Yeah, I think there's nothing for it other than to just start building bases here. I think I just have to do that, unfortunately, even though I'm not close to finishing max factories. The question is, can I afford to take a planet off research in order to double the production? I think that the answer is yes. I think I have to start doubling production to get some bases up faster, because I can build them like 2 turns with reserve spending. I think I have no choice, even though it's going to cut into my research. But it's what it is. We got to get bases up. Because here comes the daggers. Yep. Didn't take long, did it? At least we can double its production. We'll get 1 base up. I think we can get 3 before they get here. I think we can get up to 3 bases, and then we'll just see what we can do. Can have our scouts eat the first shot, and hopefully we get HyperX's in the near future. Spies not doing a whole lot, are they, huh? I mean, I know they have higher tech, but their tech's not that much higher than what we have, so. Oh well. All right, Mars almost has its base built. By the way, Iowa has been completely ignored, thankfully. Has not been defended at any point in time. Athos has just served as like this magnet for aggression the whole time. But we'll get those base. Like I mean, this is why I'm really glad we were able to see this incoming. Oh, is this going to be something bad? Well, that's not great, but at least we didn't lose too much research. That sets back, could have been worse. It set back, well, it's actually pretty bad. It set back our personal deflector shield, and that's bad because we need to research that before we can get to planetary shield. So that actually is kind of bad because we need that for planetary shield. All right, looks like there's a silicoid ship incoming, so that's kind of interesting. All right, so we've got 1 more turn before this arrives. Let's see if we have enough to get this finished. I think we can get this done. All right, so here's a little trick. You can sometimes you can spend into waste in order to finish something, and then you just clean up the waste on the following turn. So I do think that that's worthwhile to do. All right, and then I'll put this back on tech because either we'll defend this or it's too late. But I think we'll be just fine because there's no other ships immediately incoming. This is retreating, and the dagger is the ship design we have to worry about. So tech, tech, tech. Iowa somehow magically still not targeted. Because it's Iowa. Nobody cares about the cornfields. Anyway, we've got a spy in their territory, so maybe we'll get lucky and steal something. Sadly, they've now researched controlled tundra, so if we grab planetology, now it's like 50-50. Now it might actually be better to grab construction, because now we're guaranteed reduced industrial if we go with them. But let me just see if is there anything else we'd want more. We could grab personal deflector, then we wouldn't have to research it. But I think waste cleanup's a higher priority. So if we get a spy. All right. Yeah, silicoids are by far the biggest threat long term, but we have to deal with the Klakons first. All right, I think this is enough to fight them off. This is a bit of a nasty design, but they have no shields. Attack level is 1. They only have 3 hit points. It's more a problem that we're firing... Oh, we have Hyper Vs, that's right. I thought we still were firing nukes, but we stole Hyper Vs. That actually comes in handy here. So they have ions. Ions do 2 to 8 damage, but that gets halved against shields, so it's only 1 to 4 damage against shields. Unfortunately, we have beam defense 1, but they do have to spend time reaching us. We'll see if we can get them to waste around shooting at the Hyper Vs, or shooting at the scout, excuse me, instead of at the planet. I don't know that that's going to work, but we can try. If they move here, they can shoot. Well, keep them right. Keep the scout. Keep it here. So they have the option of firing at the scout 2 or the planet. I think they're going to fire at the planet, but we'll see. Okay, 6 damage. We should be okay. But if we had one base, we would have lost this. Yeah, looks like we're okay. But one base would not have been enough. We would have lost the battle with one base. Oh, deep penetration. Ooh. We hit in every field. Got a chance to pull anything here. So construction gives us guaranteed reduced industrial waste. Force field gives us an instant research on personal deflector, which means we could hopefully start on it. Hopefully immediately start. Construction's reduced waste. Computer tech gives us one of the computer techs and makes it easier for future steals. Planetology, we have 50-50 to get reduced industrial waste. We don't really need propulsion or weapons. Those are not it. The question is, if we get computer tech here, it does make future tech steals easier. And this is a chance to be BC3, which is their top computer tech, which would be a big jump. So this is do we want to get something that's guaranteed to help us right now, or do we want to grab something that's going to make future steals easier? And I see that people have had both suggestions in the chat. Construction is, so the thing is we have guaranteed reduced industrial waste 80%, which actually helps us a ton. We have 50-50 to get improved eco, which helps us even more. But this is a deep penetration, so we might be able to get their top computer tech, which makes future steals significantly easier. And people are definitely thinking both in the chat. You know what? This is a deep penetration. I'm going to go for computer and try to pull their top computer tech. Because if we get a lower level penetration, then we can grab something that's waste cleanup. Let's hope for good luck. Oh, we got the lowest option. Oh, we pulled the worst one. Oh. Oh, man. It was 50-50, but that's still unfortunate. That's still unfortunate. Oh, well, it still helps. It actually does still help. But it doesn't help nearly as much as some of the other options. Okay, well, as I said, every tech does help your steals. It actually did increase our overall computer tech level, but that's unfortunate. I really wanted Battle Computer 3. Oh well. So we swung and missed. We gambled and we missed this time. But yeah, we probably should increase spending a little bit because we're going so heavy on the espionage strategy. All right. The good news is we fought them off. Our planets are all still in our control. And we've got better odds for the next steal now. All right, now we can stop spending on bases and go back to working on this planets. Wow, that's a lot of industrial waste on this planet. Is it really that? Oh, we have to clean it up because I see. We have to clean it up because we allowed the planet to go into waste. Okay, that's why. That's why it was so expensive. I was like, wow, is our waste cleanup tech that bad? It's like, well, it's because you let the planet go into waste last turn. Okay. All right. Hey, got a chance to get more tech steals. Just kind of hoping every turn that we'll get the pop up. I mean, we've got 2 spies right now in their territory, so it'll be the same pull same options next time. We'll see if we get a lower level. So now if we would get computers, we'd be guaranteed to get PC 3. But I think I actually need the waste cleanup more than ever because we're about to get even more factories and we have no waste cleanup tech right now. So we really need waste cleanup. I think I have to go for the construction if we get the option. And it's not like construction tech is bad to have. All right, yeah, so the silicoids still leaving us alone for the time being, thank goodness. Only 11 daggers. We fought off, what, 50 of them? So and it was pretty one-sided, so we know our current tech's not bad. Yeah, what's hurt? It is hurt. So here's the thing: it is hurting to only know 2 races. That like limits our steal options, but it's actually not the worst thing because remember, everybody hates the Darloks. So having limited people in contact with them is not the worst thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get a non-aggression pact. All right, nope. Okay, we might need to upgrade our trade agreement soon. Where's it at right now? It's like just barely positive. So let's let that tick up a little bit further. At least Athos is actually has hit half factories now, so it's getting closer to maxing out. Iowa's over the halfway point, which means it's about 5 or 6 turns away from maxing. We're just kind of crossing our fingers and hoping the spies will go to work. Oh, here we go. So look, we have lower odds. This is not as deep of a spy penetration, so we'll just take the guaranteed reduced industrial waste, and I'm going to keep targeting them at the silicoids. I want these 2 at each other's throats. All right, so this makes a huge deal. Now we cut out fully 20%. So we cut out fully 20% of all of our waste costs. And now I'd probably go for personal deflector if it popped up, just because then I don't have to research the tech. How much do I have invested in that? Very, very little. So I'd love to just snipe that and not have to research it. That would certainly be nice. All right, we're about to get Hyper X's, and we're about to get Improved Robotics 3, which will also increase our spying level. These guys are still just allied with the Akari, who we haven't even met yet. And we still have 2 spies in their territory, so we'll just keep trying to pick their tech tree clean. Yeah, I think I would take Personal Deflector next. I mean, if this is an option, I'll take it, but if it's not an option, I think this is my next choice. And we're just, yeah, now this went, like this was building, I think like 9 factories a year, and now it's 11. And that's mostly due to the waste cleanup. Yeah, and this is up to 10 per turn now. Really want to get that improved eco, but I'd rather knock out a tech so that I can go on to like Planetary Shield after it. All right, so what do we have here? This is a new ship design, the Pegasus. I would love to know what's on that. Is this headed towards me? I can't tell. So since I can't tell, I have to assume it is coming towards me. Let's go back to base building for right now. I have to assume it's coming towards me. No, apparently it's not. Nope, apparently it isn't. Okay. I don't know where these whales are going. Don't think I'm the target, though. Pretty sure that this is not coming towards me. I hope not. All right, so we'll go back to bases and we'll stop feeding the reserve. So apparently that was not headed towards me. Although you know what I need to do? I need to get a scout ship with to see what's on that design. So what does my fleet look like? All right, I lost all the lasers. They're all dead. Sadly, they're all dead. So we'll design a large ship with a scanner. We'll put level 2 engines on it. We need to see what's on that design so we know how to counter it. Build me one of them here. Yeah, because we need to know like what the threat level is of this Pegasus. If it has like blasters on it, then that's a concern. But yeah, we're close to getting Improved Robotics 3. We have 3 spies in their territory right now. Okay. I'm hoping one of them can get a hit throw. All right, well, this is a low-level penetration, but that actually gives us better odds to be improved eco. In fact, I think we're guaranteed to get improved eco because it's such a low-level penetration. There we go. All right, let's keep these two angry at each other. That's the biggie. We got Hyper X's. All right, so we've got Scatter Packs as an option next. Do we want to get... I mean, like, it's obviously Scatter Packs over Mercs. That's not even a question. I think it's that over Mass Drivers, too. So now it would have been nice to have had Fusion Bomb, but I'm not going to go back for it. I mean, we can steal Ion Cannon from the our neighbor here. Scatter Packs have to be the option. It's also the cheapest to move forward. All right, so there. You know what? We don't even have to worry about this scanner. We'll keep this in the queue for later, but they're just full on sending. So whatever's coming our way, we're going to see it soon enough. So let's just pump whatever we have in the reserve in here and try to get as many bases built as possible before they show up. I think we've got 2 turns before they get here, so Nazgul, reserve spend. Hopefully this whale is not coming towards us. Hopefully that's going somewhere else. I don't know quite where these are going, but I'm hoping that we're not the target. We still have 3 spies with these guys. All right, so the next target it's probably Personal Deflector from these guys out of these, just so we don't have to research it. I think I'm actually going to turn down spending on that because I don't want to put spending into a tech that I think we're not going to end up using, that I think we can end up stealing. And then I think weapons are probably the next most important field. I mean, propulsion's not terribly important right now. We'll keep a trickle going, but I think I can steal that tech. I think. BC3 will improve my bases. Yes, that's true. But I still think I'd rather steal Personal Deflector and get it out of the way. Because I have BC2. Going to BC3 does not do that much. I mean, it helps, but it's not that big of a deal. I would sure love to get the non-aggression pact with these guys. Curious if they want to trade. All right, we have nothing that they're interested in. They still keep saying no. All right. Well, we might get an option to see what's on that silicoid design pretty soon. If it's full of fusion bombs, we could be in some trouble. Yeah, Personal Deflector saves a lot of research points. What turn is it right now? We have 13 turns before the next election. The Klakons have very low population. Probably because they keep sending all of it over to attack us. Iowa, oh, look at this. Iowa's about to max out its factories. That's pretty hilarious. Iowa, which has never been touched. But we can't assume that, so we probably need to start building some bases here for safety's sake. All right, everything else is pumping tech. Let's see what happens. It does not appear we're the target of the silicoids. It looks like they're going past us, I think. I think that this is moving on a diagonal to the right. I don't know where it went initially, but it does not appear that it's targeting Athos any more than this one was. All right. So again, transfer funds. I don't suppose we can get 2 bases built. No, I didn't think so. All right, but we'll get a 5th base built, and hopefully that's enough to stop. I think that should be enough, but we'll see. It doesn't appear to be much behind that, so. We should have improved robotics done any turn now. It's 40% odds to discover it. We still have 3 spies with these guys. Just kind of cruising along here. Defending this forward planet. Alright, so what's on these ships? Heavy ion. Ooh. Yeah, we don't want to see a lot of that. We only have 2 points of shielding, remember. So that's got to be targeted first. That's not even in question. Good news is now we have Hyper X's, which are definitely better. But we really want to get a planetary shield at some point. So please let me steal the personal deflector so I can start researching. I mean, I might not have it in my tech tree, but if I don't have it, at least I'd have class 4 if planetary shield's not in the tech tree. Anyway, we have to target this. That's... Alright, good. So 2 missiles to finish that off. Next, the dagger stack, which is the little one down there. The Hyper X's do pack more of a punch. It's actually good that they're kind of trickling in these designs instead of preparing a bigger stack. I think I can wait one more turn and then get them out of here. Alright, now we'll retreat. I guess I could have held them another turn to kill more ships, but it's a little cheesy having them stay anyway. Oh, we got the big hit again. Alright, so that is force field, as I was describing before. So this will get us personal deflector. Keep them angry at the silicoids. And hey, we got it! Yay! Class V planetary shields, got it. Now we're going to flip our research, and now we're going to heavily emphasize that field. Alright. Computers, we want to keep a lot of funding in computers, but I am going to dial that up. Alright, so I'm going to put a couple ticks on two. Because I want this is like now the big tech we want to emphasize. Alright, there we go. Along with computers, of course. Darlok Gaming. Yep. That's what we need. So now we've got this will create some safety for us. If we can get Darlok plus Class V planetary shields plus scatter packs, we're relatively safe for this point in time in the game. Plus like Battle Computer 3, we're pretty safe for this point in time. Not guaranteed, but we're relatively safe. And then like get to that point, continue turtling. Once we get to that point, then maybe we can look to start going on the offensive. Something like that. All right, this planet's fully maxed. Iowa. I mean, we solved our waste cleanup problem. We were able to lift both of the early waste cleanup techs off the AI. Let's get about 5 bases there, and then I'll feel safe enough to pull off. Meanwhile, Athos only needs a few more turns to. I think I'll play up to the next council election, and if we can survive that, then we're in decent shape. Wow, we have 4 spies with these guys right now. Okay, so now we definitely do want to steal. Now we definitely want to steal computers. If we could get BC4, that would be pretty big. That would accelerate our computer tech a lot. If we could get that before we discover improve robotics, we could actually jump ahead, like, because improve robotics is at the same tech level as BC3. We could like skip a tech level if we steal this, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. Anyway, so we're still hanging in there. We're still alive. Clacons have not managed to break through. Okay. We're now at 60% odds to discover this. We'll just rebuild those factories on Mars. This is why sabotaging factories is pretty pointless. It's like, all right, well, we just rebuilt them again. So congrats. So now we've got to build the factories. All right. Well, we have the option to take improved space scanner. This is a biggie. Let's us see where the enemy ships are going and see if there's incoming threats to us. But you could see, like, if we steal this, then like we could just have jumped forward a tech level. Still, this is a very important tech, so we definitely want this one. And is this... No, I was going to say, is this stack incoming? But no, it's not. All right, so now it's time to build factories everywhere. So research is going to pause for the time being while everybody builds factories. We'll keep little Mars on research so we don't lose our investment, but everybody else is going to be building factories. You already have one. We'll have you go back and finish building bases after that's done. So Mars, you stay on research. Everybody else on factories. Thankfully, we're still not being attacked here. We dropped down to 1 spy. We had some of them were caught apparently, but we've certainly been getting a lot of techs off the Klakons. We could potentially trade for something useful with these guys. We're gonna have to get an updated spy scout on these guys in a little bit. Let's wait until after we finish building the factories, and I'll try to get a fresh update on what techs they have. So now we know what all these ship designs have. The Pegasus designs are a concern, but they don't seem to have too many of them. There's just 2 of them, so we'll try to keep an eye out for that. Right now, these planets are having to refit the factories they've already built. Nazgul Nazgul needs to build 110 more factories at 17 per turn. That's about 6 turns worth of factory building. So they'll get there. As I said, if you have no waste cleanup techs at all, oh, there's a new design, the Ranger. You're gonna have to scout what's on that. At least for now, we're gonna have the production to build bases. These 2 planets are pretty much just gonna have to crank bases until we get planetary shield, which is gonna take a while, even with us emphasizing it. How close are we to the next election? 7 turns? I mean, the situation's actually gotten better than it was before, because now he's no longer in an alliance with whatchamacallit, with the Alkari. So let's hope that there's no new alliances for the silicoids. What's going on over here? Where's this going? Oh, this is... I don't think I'm being targeted by this. I am a little concerned because the capital has only 1 base, and those are 2 larges, but I don't think I'm the target. I'm pretty sure this is moving northeast, because remember, they're at war with the Klakons, because I keep framing them for every spy steal attempt. So I don't think I'm the target, but let's keep an eye on this. This is like directly below the N in Nazgul. So let's just see. We'll just keep an eye on that and see where it goes. Nope, not the target. Didn't think so, but heading somewhere else. So Athos has now hit 2 times factories, and it's advancing to 3 times factories next. Nazgul should finish its factories first. Needs about 2 more turns. Well, just some quiet turns of factory building here. No news is good news in that regard. Lost our spy. Oh, they have stingers now? Ooh. Let's hope they don't slap too many stingers on any design. That would render even the planetary shield irrelevant. Well, not completely, but 7 points of shielding would shut down the neutron blasters. It won't shut down the stinger missiles. Let's hope they don't design too many things with that, although they almost certainly will. Well, we shall see. At least missiles have a limited count before they run out. All right, so Nazgul will finish its factories. It needs 17 to max out. All right, there we go. So now we'll let that do that, and then little Mars can now go build its factories. Mossad needs, I'm not sure, enough that I'm probably not going to micro this too much. There we go. Actually, it's not even the worst thing if these planets go over, because it'll just go in the reserve, and I don't mind having a little bit of extra reserve spending. So, yeah, if we can just keep surviving these elections, we're just kind of biding our time. We definitely have gotten a lot stronger. Iowa, you need to build some more bases for safety's sake. Like Athos has almost maxed out at 3 times factories. You know, size 90, 270 factories, that's pretty good as far as, as far as planets go. So yep, we've been able to put almost all the planets back on research, aside from little Mars, which will be at like, what, 165, something like that. So we get, yeah, I mean, our research is decent. Force fields is starting to tick up. Not in a position to go on the offensive right now, but Yeah, so I think we definitely would want to steal computers right now if the option pops up. We already have control dead, so this is useless. This is a very minor benefit. Sublate drives would certainly be nice, but we don't have either of these, so this would be really nice to get. If it's not available, we'll take weapons to start, because we don't have any guns right now. It wouldn't be terrible to get a better gun. We only have computer level 10. I'm a little surprised it's not higher than that, given all these techs we have, but I guess that's the best we can do. So we have 3 turns until the election. We're actually not that far off in terms of tech. We have no fleet strength at all. If we can just if we can just somehow start getting stuff from the Clackons, from the Clackons. They have stingers, which will make it difficult to attack, but they don't have any planetary shielding yet, so their worlds are somewhat vulnerable to attack once we get a little bit stronger. At least all our planets are now built up so we can push tech more effectively. And this planet's almost maxed out. Then I wanted to build more bases because it's the big point world, attracting all the attention from the AI. Yeah, they're building more of these, so let's just keep cranking the bases until we can get up to force field, next tech level of force fields. Again, here they come. I actually prefer them to come sooner rather than later because I'd rather have them send, a stack of 18 than a stack of like 150. Okay. I don't think I have to do reserve spending here. I think what I have is sufficient to fight them off. So I'm going to continue build bases, but not reserve spend. Because it's actually important to keep pushing tech so that we can get the planetary shield out sooner. And construction for Darloks is nice too. I mean, that increases the hit points of bases by 50%. Like, that's a big deal as well. Planetology, that won't do anything for us, but higher levels of planetology do increase how much production your population natively gives without factories. So, there's an election on this upcoming turn. Okay. Now, do we have to do the population transfer off worlds? Let's see. Silicoids have no alliances, so I don't think that they're going to win here. I don't think we have to do wacky population transfers. They'll vote for themselves and the Clackons will vote for them, but I don't think anyone else is going to vote for them. I don't think so. I don't think I was going to be targeted, but I'd like it to have... Actually, yeah, it probably makes more sense to push to the planetary shield faster as opposed to building more bases there. Let's give it a save here, but I don't think that I'm going to lose this election. I mean, unless they all just randomly decide to vote for they just all decide randomly to vote. I think it's just the Silicoids and Clackons claim each other's votes. I also think I'm still going to be nominated no matter what, because all the AIs other than the Silicoids seem to have pathetic populations. So I'm not sure if I can really avoid being nominated. Let's cross our fingers. There's always some danger here, but I think that I'll be okay in this vote. Yeah, the BC4 looks very juicy right now. All right, so I'm up against the Silicoids, of course. So Silicoids vote for themselves. They basically have a veto block. Well, almost. They don't technically have. If everyone voted against them, they could lose. So there's the 5 votes. All right, I just want the others to abstain. That's somewhat more dangerous. All right, the Cylons voting for them could have won them the game. Actually, if anyone else had voted for them, they would have won the game, because even 18 out of 27 wins. We only have 5 votes. As I said, dangerous situation, but we managed to avoid losing, thank goodness. So I was going to stop here. Let's play one more turn to deal with this attack, and then we'll stop. We will have 7 bases. That should be enough. Should be enough with Darlok and the percentages. So we're already halfway to the next tech, the force field tech. Yeah, I don't know what's on that Avenger design. That's a new design as well. I should probably finish building this and then have this ready to go. All right, let's do this and then we'll stop after that. As far as text, and we need to get a new spy. I'll just tick down here, 1 tick. We need to get a new refresh on what text they have, because our knowledge is outdated. We need to know that. Play until the current percentage text pop. Well, but that's a recipe for like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn, which is certainly entertaining, but yeah, so probably not. All right, we have to kill the heavy ion cannons, obviously. And they're doing a pretty good job of getting the missiles to hit the asteroids. But now that the asteroid field's gone, all right, that'll kill that. Yeah, see, they technically can damage the planet, but it's very hard. Yeah, they did 3, so all right, we shredded that stack pretty easily. Well, here you go. You got your wish. You got your wish, Racing. Duraloid pop. Oh, they both popped. There you go. See. All right, so we have improved industrial 7, or we can go auto repair. I would rather take auto repair, even though it does nothing for us right now. Just because we can steal improved industrial 8 from the Clacons. So if we can steal II 8, then II 7 is not going to do that much. So let's take this, because this will be very useful later on. And I think it's improved terraforming plus 30, because we don't really need controlled toxic right now. I think it's terraforming plus 30. That would make a big difference to get 20 million more pop on each planet. So those are pretty good options for us. All right. Let's stop shipbuilding there. So we fought off that attack pretty easily. We have this sensor ship headed there to get a better scout on these other guys. Yeah, I'm going to keep building these for the time. I'm going to keep building bases there. And we seem to be in decent shape, honestly. I mean, we're not anywhere close to winning this game, but we're not losing it either. And time is generally on the player's side in Master of Orion. We certainly have gotten a lot of value out of out of the Darlok spying in this game. Kind of have had to. I have no spies with these guys right now, but hey, we'll get one in. We'll get a spy through sooner or later, and we'll hopefully take like first priority is definitely to take this. But if we get a low level penetration, we can take the II-8, which would be a minor upgrade for us. All right, so I think that's a good stopping point. Well, it's been an interesting game thus far. It's a lot of work to be done, but you know, it could be a lot worse. This is not an easy map at all. It's a tough map. The silicoids are grabbing even more planets now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They have 18 planets right now. There's only 48 on the map, and they have 18 of them. I'm still very, 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 very concerned about this long term, but we'll see. There's not a lot I can do about them just grabbing every hostile planet on the map. Long term, we're going to have to conquer the Clacons and just hope that we can avoid losing the game. Because the danger is going to be when the silicoids have just enough population that silicoids plus Clacons just wins the game. But we'll deal with that next week. So until then, have a good one, folks. See you again next Friday. Take care, guys.